I haven't seen you guys in a while. It's been since Canadian Thanksgiving, the last episode that we broadcasted. So here's the one. We're gonna try to get this one out quick for you. So let's start quick. Let's go with the intro right about now. Well, it was an interesting week for LeVeon Bell, formerly of the Jets. I did say formerly. 19 months into a four-year contract, gone. LeVeon Bell, gone from the Jets. Shell of the former running back one known as LeVeon Bell. With the Jets, no 100-yard games, not even a 50-yard game. Large, loud, fat, complacent. His time in New York was done. New York couldn't put up with his arrogance. It's amazing how people fall and where people land. This guy was, with Pittsburgh, one of the best running backs out there in the first few years of his career. We're talking about 2,000-yard season and the whole nine. That just shows me that Mike Tomlin is one hell of a coach to put up with a diva like this and winning. Putting up with two divas, because remember, he had Antonio Brown as well at the same time, and they were still winning. The Jets, unfortunately, are not the same type of winners, so he definitely needed to leave the Jets. On the other hand, Kansas City, the Kansas City Chiefs, they are not the Jets at all. He is since been signed to the defending NFL champion Kansas City Chiefs. So they have the opportunity to cater to a potential diva, put him in a backup role, squish whatever quality they have left out of him. Personally, I think that he still has a little bit left. I just think that the Jets this Jet situation kind of ruined with him personally. I don't know football-wise. I think he still has a few good years in him. They're a championship team with or without him, so he has to focus to be on that team. And if he can't handle that responsibility of being a backup role or being a backup running back with tremendous upside behind a rookie running back, if he can't do that, then maybe this is his last chance that he has in the NFL. The NFL doesn't give a lot of chances, LeVeon. Don't mess this up, okay? Don't mess this up. Fantasy-wise, I would say pick him up. He's a good little handcuff. He's sitting behind a rookie running back, and we know running backs don't always last too long. So if you do have the roster space, of course, throw LeVeon Bell in there. Who knows what could happen? But I believe that he still has enough in him from his non-playing during his playing time with the New York Jets to make an impact on the Kansas City team. So pick him up. This was an interesting week 6. Obviously, we're not done yet. We still have yet for the Kansas City Chiefs to play with LeVeon Bell as their backup running back. But in the meantime, we do have other games that I've played. We're going to talk about those ones quick. I'm going to start with my favorite team. Obviously, if you haven't watched the show, then you don't know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are my favorite team, and they are still undefeated at 5-0. They wiped the Browns today. Like that one? Wiped the Browns. 38-7. A nice little beating for one of our rivals. Wasn't even close. Wasn't a lot to talk about. Pittsburgh's defense took over and knocked everybody around. Baker Mayfield couldn't get anything started. Not really good at fast-paced games. When you have a defense blitzing after him, he tends to suck. Let's talk about some other games. If you are a fantasy player like I am, then you're very happy with this game. Atlanta over the Vikings, 40-23. If you had Matt Ryan, then you watched your quarterback throw for 371 yards and 4 touchdowns. Cannot complain about something like that. Kirk Cousins had a good game as well. 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he threw 3 interceptions. Rookie Justin Jefferson had a good game, 2 touchdowns caught by Kirk Cousins. Can't complain about that. The Bears beat the Panthers 23-16. Little bit surprised by that score. I thought the Bears were going to win, but I thought it was going to be a little bit closer against the Panthers. Nick Foles threw for a touchdown, ran for 1. The Colts, I thought the Colts weren't looking too good at the beginning of the game. They started off slow, but then they came back to beat the Cincinnati Bengals 31-27. Trey Burton had 2 touchdowns. A little bit surprised by that, but if you had him on your fantasy league team, you're smiling because you're probably one of the few people that had him on the team. I don't think he has a very high rostered rate. The Giants beat the Washington No Frills 20-19. Washington still has no name, so I'm going to call them everything that I feel like calling them between now and when they have a name. And they lost to New York Giants, which means that they don't actually need to read a name. They don't actually need a name because it looks like they suck. Detroit over Jacksonville, 34-16. Nothing really good to see here, just the growth of TJ Hawkinson, which I think is going to be the best tight end starting next year. This year I think he's going to get a lot of stuff, a lot of reps. He's going to become that guy who's up and coming. Next year I think he's going to be a #1 tight end, if not top 3, then maybe even #2 or #1. The game that I watched today was the Titans over the Texans. Derrick Henry ran over Houston, 212 yards rushing, which is outrageous. He only did that with, I believe, 22 carries. Tannehill threw for 364 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's outrageous. I don't remember the score, to be honest with you, but the Titans did beat up on the Texans pretty good. My upset of the week was the Denver Broncos beating the Patriots. I thought the Patriots were going to win. They're getting back, well, they just got back Newton from COVID, but he wasn't very effective today. Ravens ran over the Eagles, the Battle of the Birds, 30-28. Lamar Jackson's numbers are outrageous as usual. 184 passing yards, which isn't really that good, but 108 rushing yards from your quarterback is a good day. And the Battle of the Bay, we had a Battle of the Birds, and now we had a Battle of the Bay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Green Bay Packers 38-10. Pretty good game by both quarterbacks, obviously being Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Tom Brady won this one 38-10. Pretty good game played by the Tampa Bay Bucs defense, who seem to have bottled up everything that Aaron Rodgers usually is. Good game. Pittsburgh, obviously, if I want to talk about them a little bit more, they seem to be firing on all cylinders. The defense is playing well. The offense is playing well. Running backs, everybody's playing well. They got a lot of receivers. Big Ben is probably already in week 6 comeback player of the year. Last year tore his, what was it, his bicep or his tricep? I can't remember. Sorry, guys. But he's more than made up for it. He's made rookie receivers look good. Chase Claypool, Mapletron, the Canadian, out there making plays. I think he scored another touchdown today. Juju is not quite up to par yet, but he's getting there. And luckily, he has other guys on his roster that's able to play while he's not playing so well. But I think they're only going to get better. I think their defense, as I said, is amazing. Big Ben is sure making that offense click. And Connor at running back could be a lot worse than that. That's all we got for football today, guys. Let's talk about some other stuff. The Butler couldn't do it. The Butler didn't do it. The Butler and the Miami Heat put up a valiant effort against LeBron, against Antonio Davis, and whoever else is on that team. Beat up a bunch of young guys, Butler and a bunch of young guys, and Bam. and Bama, they all had their team go together and try to face LeBron and Anthony Davis and failed miserably. I shouldn't say miserably. 6 games. It was 6 games. Some people didn't think it was going to last that long. I personally knew it was going to last that long. But it didn't happen. And once again, LeBron James is holding that championship. This is number 4, if I remember correctly. I know this discussion comes all the time. I try not to have it. The question keeps coming up: is he the GOAT? I don't know anymore. I don't think he is. I think it's still Jordan. I don't think Jordan's record of winning 6 championships in 6 tries is attainable by anybody who's lost a championship, which LeBron James has. But I will tell you this: if you stop comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan and look at the body of work that LeBron has, appreciate it. Start appreciating it, because you're not going to see what Michael Jordan did before. You're not going to see it ever again, and you're definitely not going to see what LeBron James has been doing before you for the last 17 years. You're not going to see it again. He's not Michael Jordan. He's not a shooting guard on a team that's surrounded by 3-point shooters and all that other stuff. He's not that. He's LeBron James. He's a 6'8" power forward who just happens to be unstoppable. And they put him beside a player who happens to be 7'1", who's unstoppable as well. And I can only see this team after winning this championship getting better. I don't think they're going to get worse. I think they still have the best 2 top 5 players in the league on their team, and the rumor is out that they're going to get Chris Paul as well, which means they're only going to get better. These older vet guys are going to be playing a bunch of young bloods for the next few years. Let's see how it works out if they're surrounded by young guys who are able to keep up with the new age ball, or if they're just going to sit here and bully people until they retire. It might happen. All right. All respect to LeBron James. Are you the GOAT, LeBron? Probably not, but I think your body of work is to be appreciated and not appreciated enough. But you beat everybody else, so I can't say anything different. Congratulations, LeBron. Congratulations, Antonio Davis. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Raptors will be back, I'm sure. I think they're just a piece away. We'll see what happens in this winter before we start playing ball again in a somewhat normal way next year. We'll see what happens. I'm still a Laker fan for life, but congratulations. Or sorry, I'm still a Raptor fan for life, but congratulations, Los Angeles Lakers. I'm glad you guys did it for Kobe. Congrats, guys.